Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Art the Clown, I guess. We're going to talk about Terrifier and how you're not allowed to be apolitical, I guess, according to Twitter/X. So apparently the actor who plays Art the Clown said some anti-Trump things, and then the director of the Terrifier franchise, as I understand it, put a statement out saying that he did not believe those movies were political and that they're apolitical, and they have Democrats and Republicans working on the movies, and those were his opinions, and then Twitter descended upon him.
Okay, so the person who was in charge of making the movie said,
Yes.
I did it from a non-political stance. The actors,
Yes.
these are his opinions, not the reflection
Right.
of the movie. And then now he's in trouble. How does that even effing make sense?
Current year. That's
That's
how
like,
it
this
makes
is stupid.
This
Makes me mad.
Well, this is the thing. Like you try to say, I want to, keep something apolitical, and people will say it's political just because you're trying to say you want to keep it apolitical. That is a political statement in and of itself. I mean, they think they're being smart. They think it's like 4D chess. It's like, no, you're just
looking like an
in
idiot.
circles. Right. So let's talk about this. I mean, this is not something we usually talk about. The Terrifier series. I've actually never seen any of these movies. I do know Art the Clown. Everybody knows Art the Clown.
I would not watch these movies because I hate horror movies. So I will bet Squid King probably watched it.
He probably has. So we're gonna go down the rabbit hole. We're gonna see what's going on with Terrifier. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
So this is let's see. We'll go with Bounding into Comics. They have a nice breakdown of it here.
Okay.
Terrifier series director responds to backlash against Art the Clown actors. Okay. Terrifier series director responds to backlash against Art the Clown actors' political social media posts, says horror series is not in any way, shape, or form a political franchise. Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
well, that sums it up. Basically, the guy said stuff. It was his opinion. Director is clarifying that that's his opinion, not representative of the franchise.
And he's allowed to have that opinion, right? Like you can work with people that you don't agree with.
Right.
I mean, you might agree with them, but I mean, from a business perspective, it's probably not a good idea to take a really hard, stance on anything. I don't know if I can show these pictures here. According to Terrifier director Damian Leone, while some of the horror franchise's cast, crew, and fans have their own outspoken political opinions, his killer clown-centric series is intended to serve as nothing more than blood-splattered pieces of bipartisan entertainment. Well, that's how it should be, right? This latest controversy surrounding the fan favorite slasher films first arose courtesy of Art the Clown himself. Series lead actor is David Howard Thornton. Mm-hmm. Far from a fan of the newly reelected President Trump and his administration, recent weeks have seen Thornton take to his personal threads and Facebook accounts to offer his own vocal criticisms against the American government's new
So
direction.
he's going Mark Hamill. Never go full Mark Hamill.
Well, Mark Hamill was the Joker. So,
He's just saying.
I mean, maybe there's just something going on with clowns here. I don't know.
Wait, he's calling for disobedience. Wow.
Yeah, so here's some of his posts, right? This is Art the Clown. And I think the director, as he's putting these things out there, the director is probably just hearing the money draining out of his bank account, right? Like,
that's what I think is going on. Is like we're trying to appeal to everyone. Shut up, kind of thing.
Right. So this is what Art the Clown said. Consider what all is happening in our country right now. How do you feel? Angry, sad, happy, apathetic, impartial. Now you know exactly how you would have reacted during the events in 1930s Germany. Oh my God,
here we go.
I hope you all plan on being on the correct side of history.
This is like every alt-left dog whistle.
Time for disobedience. Let's see here. What else do we have here? I grew up around Germans that stayed silent. I learned from them what happens when one stays silent. That is why I continue to refuse to stay silent. If you don't like it, you can keep scrolling. It's as simple as that. Okay.
I grew up around somebody who cleaned out a concentration camp, bitch. And he wouldn't be going around, using Nazi as if it was I'm mad at you. You're a Nazi. He would never have used that because that was like the worst thing you call somebody. He actually was there, saw what happened. You know, I learned from them what happens when you know, let people, you know, do this crap and try to, you know, paint people as being this evil thing and trying to make them so that a target on them, and you turn people against each other. I've seen that too, buddy. You know, if you don't agree with me, then turn this off, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. I can play this game all day.
This is for those that voted for this. Y'all wanted cheaper eggs.
So this, okay, the egg thing. Oh my God, that thing. I am so tired about the eggs.
Oh my God.
I don't even want to read anymore because he's just he's basically being pickled, and he's like Mark Hamill 2.0. So we get it. Okay, so I get what the director's doing. This basically what it sounds like to me is the director's like, oh shit, this guy's run amok, and he's going to do damage to the franchise because we got a lot of people on the right who like this franchise too, not just people on the left. And we have a lot of people who worked on this franchise that are on the right, not just on the left. And it's going to cause division. So, you know, I need to make sure everybody knows that he can have those opinions, but that doesn't represent the character. And then they lose their shit. Is that what I'm understanding correctly?
Well, here's his actual statement from Facebook. I want to make a very important statement regarding the Terrifier franchise and this ugly political climate we're living in. As most of you know, some of my cast and crew members have a very passionate political presence on social media with extreme and sometimes harsh opinions, which is their right.
It is.
I'm all for freedom of speech and expression. That being said, Terrifier is not in any way, shape, or form a political franchise. I did not get into filmmaking to become a politician or promote any political agendas or ideologies, especially through a killer clown movie. That's actually very fair. I fell in love with horror movies as a form of pure entertainment, and those are the films I like to make. Since Terrifier 1, our cast and crew has and still consists of both Republicans and Democrats, and anyone is welcome to be a part of it regardless of their political affiliations as long as they're a decent human being. That goes for our fan base as well. If this doesn't sit well with any fans or cast crew members, that is your right, and I respect it. You don't have to buy a ticket, and you don't have to work on these films. Thank you, and I recommend you don't let toxic rhetoric on either side of the political spectrum deter you from being a Terrifier fan.
That's very fair.
That's very
based. So let me get this straight. But that's not good enough. So now the people, if I were going to bet, it's on the far left, and they're going to gatekeep now.
Yes.
Okay. Shocker. You can just, you don't have to tell me. I can just write this all, you know, say what's going to happen without even telling me.
I like some of the reactions to this here. Comments section. Watch movies that show men, women, and children get tortured and murdered. How dare you not side with my political views publicly? You lost a fan. Yeah.
Right. And this is what I'm just mad about. I'm just like, they're going to gatekeep it now. They're going to try to gatekeep. You said decent people, and these people are decent people, and all this other crap. It's going to be the same. You could probably write them before you even tell me.
People replying to the post proving once again the all art is political crowd is just insufferable. Replies from people melting down over the art, the serial killer clown, not affirming their political beliefs are absolutely delectable. Is this? I've never watched it.
Here's my thing. We grew up at a time where you didn't need everything to reaffirm you. These people, like, they constantly reaffirm for everything. It's like, you know what? People have different opinion than you. So what? Movies are made for entertainment. It might not be politically aligned with you, or it's made for everybody. So what? Like, I can't imagine. I can't wrap my head around the cultist behavior with this shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it doesn't surprise me at all. But you know, here we are. I mean, it's pretty sad though that we live in a time where if you say, "Hey, I just want to make entertaining movies or entertaining games or entertaining comics or what," you know what I'm saying? That becomes a controversial statement. Like that should be the default, right? Right.
I mean, that's a very fair and balanced and based statement. I want everybody to be, I want any fan who feels like they like this to be allowed to be a fan. It doesn't matter how you vote. Because you have to remember, too, this is not just in the United States, but they're so myopic that they think it's only about us. I just can't wrap my head around it. It's like, of course, anybody who enjoys it to be there. You want your customers. This whole idea that one side thinks that they have to gatekeep everything is just, I can't wrap my head around it. I really, truly cannot.
Here we go. This is a very typical. 1, all art is political regardless of intention. 2, if they voted for that orange dude, they're not capable of being a decent.
See, I told you that's what they were going to say. That's right itself.
There are no ifs, ands, or buts about it, but I will be watching Terrifier 4 to support Lauren and David. Oh my God.
Also, someone who can't use capitalization.
Right. Are people literally freaking out because the guy doesn't want to come out and say he believes in everything you do? Are we that narcissistic?
Yes.
Yeah. Am I missing something?
He even says he's allowed to have that opinion. Even the name for a bus, like he's allowed to be very political, and that's okay. That's his opinion. He's not saying he can't have that opinion. He's just saying it doesn't reflect the movie or the character.
Yeah, that's just it. I mean, he didn't say his actors aren't allowed to have their own opinions. Yeah, actually the opposite. He said you can think or say whatever you want to think.
They have that right. That's what he said. He was very fair. Well, this reminds me of this whole Gina Carano situation because a bunch of people decided that Cara Dune was trans representation, even though there was no indication at all ever that she was, and that it was the they them character. They decided, and then because they decided that the character was their icon, then they told the actress that she had to side with them and do whatever they wanted and demanded it. When she politely declined, they took it as, how dare you? You are our representation that you didn't decide to be. It was never made that you were, but we decided, so you owe us. And that's this whole thing. We have decided that this character represents us. Oh, fine, if you want to be represented by that kind of character, be my guest. But I'm just saying, the guy that directed it, the guy who made the film, said it was never meant to be that way. It's just the actor has his opinions, he's allowed to have them.
So this is coming from The Independent. They're like, you're playing both sides. You're trying to play both sides. Yeah,
they're trying to be like, we're not political, and we want everybody to enjoy it because that's the biggest customer base we can get. That's called business, bitch. There's a comma.
Business bitch. There we go. One fan wrote, I feel this is in response to some of the LGBTQ advocacy that the Art the Clown actor has been standing up for lately on the platform, which would not make this response a great look. No, I mean, it seems to me like it's more about him ranting about Trump every day, specifically.
But even then, he said he's allowed to have that opinion. He's not saying people can't have that opinion. He's just saying when it comes to the movie, it's apolitical. That's all he said.
Yeah. He said,
I actually can have that opinion.
Yeah, he said, I actually agree with his opinions on that. He says, definitely not, since I agree with his stance on that. Who do you think hires all of our LGBTQ cast and crew members? They're loved, respected, and encouraged to work with us. Another fan said, Damien, man, I love you. I've always been a huge fan. I love your work so much. Love the franchise. Love David. Love Lauren. I just wish this wouldn't have been said. We need to speak out against, condemn evil people that discriminate.
Says the people, wait, we need to condemn people that discriminate. Says the person who's condemning people and discriminating based on, the fact that he said you should be allowed to enjoy it no matter where you are politically. That they themselves are doing the exact same thing that they're accusing him of doing.
Again, he replied, we love you back. Why would we condone that? All I'm saying is my team who killed themselves bringing everyone Terrifier is made up of both Republicans and Democrats, and this franchise doesn't promote hatred for either, as long as you're a good person.
But you have to understand, too, they don't understand this. They cannot wrap their head around the fact that somebody can vote differently than them and still be a good person. That's what because most people are in the middle. Most people might lean left and mean right, but most people are in the middle. That's the majority of people. Those people have probably worked on this. They probably get along fine. They probably, even somehow cross over on ideas, but they're not to the political extremes that you only see online. So these people are so pickled that they only can see black and white and they can't see the massive swaths of gray where most people are, and they cannot wrap their head around the idea that people can enjoy a movie, can make a movie, can work together, and not agree 100% on everything. Because they are so sad and pathetic and needing affirmation for everything they do. I have no hope for these people because you're that sad that you cannot function unless Terrifier, the clown director, agrees with you politically. That's where we're at. If we boil it down, that's where you're at.
Yes, the killer clown movie director needs to agree with you.
Right, or you are. How dare he? You need to stand up, even if the movie's meant for everyone. You need to make sure it's only meant for people on my side because we're on the side of righteousness. Well, you know what? Fuck off. I don't care. They want everybody's money, not just yours. And honestly, a lot of the people that have more money usually lean the other way anyway. So, and I guarantee the studios that pay for their shit, are about money too.
Well, that's what I think this is about. I think he was just like, shit, dude. Now you're going to cost us all kinds of money.
Yeah, you're going to cost us, the budget and everything.
That we don't need to get,
Right.
So, I mean, going forward, I think people need to realize, I mean, you're more than welcome to make a political statement. Your company can have, I guess, its own mantra or whatever, but then you have to realize that you're going to run the risk of, alienating a substantial portion of your potential customer base.
But they didn't care for years, and look what happened to them, like Disney and stuff. And now they're all walking it back. Disney and everybody's walking it back because you have to appeal to the largest groups you can appeal to.
Yeah, that's how you make money. That's how you survive. These tough macroeconomic headwinds and climates and whatever's going on in the world right now. You gotta make as much money as you can. And the only way you're going to do that is if you sell your product to as many people are willing to buy it as possible. And some of them might vote differently than you. And that's just the way it is, right? You don't have to agree with them, but
no.
take their money.
You said you're allowed to have your opinion.
Yeah.
That's fine. You don't have to agree with us. That's completely cool. And you said everything right.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter unless you can actually agree with them 99%, and if you're off by a percentage, they will still come after you. Mm-hmm. So we've learned this. So
well, this is what. But then again, this is what you've encouraged.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, well.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.